Hello and good morning. Welcome back to this version of a coffee shop. You can see got the books behind me, got the lights, got candles, and plenty of good old cups and equipment here. Got some sugar. Yes, please. Anyways, today we are just hanging out here. You have your coffee. I have my coffee. Got my lovely old cold brew. I love my cold brew, and you know. I think it would be kind of cool to talk about something different. What about Bluey? How about we talk about Bluey? So, this is a TV show that is geared for both kids and adults, really. And it's a great way, like, if you're a parent or you're wanting to be a parent or you just want to be a better person, go watch Bluey and take some tips from Chili and Bandit and everyone else in the show. It even has segments that's going to be helpful for grandparents and cousins and just even like friendships. It's great. It's a wonderful show. It's beautiful and there's a lot to be learned from it. Especially whenever you're coming from like a situation where you didn't have good role models growing up or you didn't really have parents. um, it's great that I have this show as a resource to be able to watch and pick up on things. Now, a lot of people were like, there's some people that's like trying to ban the show and stuff like that, and I find that kind of a little bit ridiculous because like they say that Bandit, the dad in the show, is a bully. What? I mean, obviously, here's kind of my thoughts on that. Yes, I can see where they are coming from. However, I would like to state that it's okay to pick fun with your kids, and it's not okay to be like blatantly neglectful or abusive. He's not. He's definitely not. He's a great dad. He does have fun and he does poke fun with his kids, and I mean, that's normal, isn't it? Like, why not show that aspect of somebody, especially with his personality style and his characteristics? You know, that should show like to kids that it's kind of good to have that dynamic if you think about it, because if you left that dynamic out, wouldn't you be negating that from the fact that a lot of dads are like that in real life, right? Like a lot of dads are like that. So the kids have to come up with a witty or like resilience to understand that it's normal for that kind of play to occur, and that, how to handle that. There's examples of dealing with a dad that likes to poke fun and stuff like that, especially with me, like having autism. I like to take things a little bit more serious than what I should, or like I don't process things in a way that it's a joke all the time. And so it's good to see that from the show. That is my perspective on that. I don't think that Bandit is a bully per se. I just think that it's providing us another example, especially for kids or like people that well, even grown-ups like me, to be able to learn to be resilient or how to mentally process somebody whose personality style or way that they interact with people is like that. So uh, I think that's a good thing. Now there was one where they use like the what's it, like Hughes Spags says, like oogity boogity or something like that. um something along the lines of that, where in some countries that's an inappropriate word. um it's not for us here in the States, so I didn't see any issue with it personally, but I don't know. I i mean, being that they are like BBC funded or and stuff, I believe, I could see that being the conflict of interest there, but you have to realize that that show is for everyone across the world. And, I'm not saying that they shouldn't make like separate versions, but they can't catch everything. They can't catch everything. And so just be peaceful with them and work with them, and don't just go out trying to cancel culture. Bluey is one of the best things that's ever happened to this world, really. So that's my perspective on that. I think it's a little bit silly, and I think the arguments against Bandit is not really. You gotta see it from a different perspective, and I appreciate having a character like Bandit in the show. Again, like I said, me growing up without role models, or and me, having that autism, it teaches me how to deal with people like that, and I'm glad. So, uh, let's move on and talk about something else, shall we? So, let's talk about. Well, I really hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought about. Well, actually, I come into these things pretty impromptu for the most part because I like to just talk and have a conversation with all of you. Um, yeah. Anyways, so let's talk about social media, maybe. Let's talk about like my my social media, for example. I'm just gonna tell you guys a bit about my experience with social media. I have used like Facebook, I've used Twitter, I've used Blue Sky, etc., etc., etc. I've even had a MySpace at one point whenever I was in like middle school. I found that I don't really care too much for social media, to be honest. So I think the most social media I have is here on YouTube and Discord. I don't really want to use Twitter anymore, and I don't really care much for Blue Sky because it's like Twitter but more janky. I don't know, and it just doesn't have like the user base. I don't think yet. Um, for me to really be on there and provide something meaningful to the world. Um, that's a good conversation right there. Should we be seeking a purpose in life? Is that something we should be actively seeking? I wouldn't go about thinking about life as in like you have a specific purpose or you have to accomplish a specific deed. I would think about it is my life purposeful? Am I full of purpose? Do I have intention? Do I have intent with the things that I do? What is my intentions? What is my goal? Um, think about it as that way, intents and goals more so as in, do I have a purpose in life? Is my life meaningful? Blah, 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 blah. Because, yes, obviously, you are meaningful. You are meaningful, and you are here not not as a job. You can exist, and every little thing you do can be done with good intent. And I think that's a meaningful life right there. You don't have to necessarily go do heart surgery or this, that, and the other. You can literally save a life just by talking to someone or be nice whenever you hold the door open or just going and checking in on your friends and just try to live a happy life. And that's kind of one of the things that I've stopped chasing is like these aspirations or like chasing, well, first of all, chasing validation, trying to validate who I am as a person, and then like chasing prestige and stuff like that. I found out that stuff like college education or trying to be a doctor and stuff like that isn't really what I want out of life. I just want to be happy in life. How do I be happy? Well, I'm happy doing this with you guys. It's all the little things. I'm very happy doing music, and I'm very happy being able to hang out with my friends. I'm very happy to, be able to do all these little small things and try to work towards a comfortable life. And That's all I want out of life. Really, is to be comfortable. And I don't want to work myself to death. I don't want to work until the day I die. I like to have my free time and be able to explore interest and creativity. And I don't think the purpose of life or the intent of our existence is to work until the day we die. That's kind of not it. I mean, working is can be a part of the equation, but it shouldn't be like the the primary purpose of you know of everything. It shouldn't be the end goal. The end goal should be being happy. Whatever makes you happy. If working makes you happy, I mean, that's fine. If having a specific job or role or doing specific things related to employment, that's perfect. If it makes you happy and that's what really makes you happy, that's good. But you don't want to be like doing that and feeling miserable. That's the other side of the coin. Uh, you want to have an intention Like, you want to do things with intent that aren't going to make you miserable, that aren't going to depress you, or aren't going to negatively affect your life. You got to keep trying to aim for positives, and for things that's gonna bring a little bit more joy, bring a little smile to your face, or at least, be able to say, hey, I can breathe and I feel somewhat at peace. So try to go for those sorts of things. I know that was kind of all over the place, but it's not like these are scripted or anything, so they're just conversations with you guys. Anyways, uh, thank you for joining me for coffee this morning, and I'm gonna give you guys a kiss. See ya.